In this video, you'll learn how to perform non-loan and inventory check-ins, as well as how these actions affect the item statistics. This is the item statistics screen. Notice there are counts for issued, which is the total number of times an item has been checked out to a patron or renewed, as well as counts for in-house use, soft issued, and inventoried. In-house use is an optional workflow that tracks usage of items that are reserved for patron use in a reading room or other location on library premises. These items might be archival or rare materials in special collections, microforms, or any other materials that should not leave the library because of their value, age, physical condition, or uniqueness. The system increments the in-house use count when a staff member selects the Mark in Use action from the Pickup Location report. For more information on configuring and using this workflow, see oc.lc/in-house-use. Non-loan return allows libraries to track item usage details for items used in the library but not checked out to patrons. Typically, these are items left on tables or in carrels, or in designated reshelving areas. This data may be useful when making weeding or collection development decisions. This function is known by different names. On the check-in screen, it's non-loan return. In Digby, it's reshelve items. On the item details statistics screen, it's soft issued count. And in reports, it's soft checked out. Over time, library holdings may be shelved incorrectly, lost, or removed from the collection without removing corresponding records from the system. Or items may be relocated, and your library wants to ensure that the records correspond with the item's current location. In WorldShare Circulation, an inventory check-in increments an item's inventory count and sets the last inventory date. You can also perform non-loan returns and inventory check-ins from a mobile device using the OCLC Digby app. For more information, see oc.lc/digby-FAQ. Here in WorldShare Circulation, I'll retrieve an item by barcode to look at the item's current statistics. When the item details screen displays, click the Statistics link at the top right of the screen to view statistics for this item. Notice that the soft issued count is 5 and the inventory count is 3. If the item was left on a table in the library and I want to track usage, I can do a non-loan return or soft check-in. To do this, I go to the check-in screen. The default check-in mode is auto or automatic, which is used for routine check-ins. To do a soft check-in, I must change the check-in mode to non-loan return, and then I'll scan the barcode. To see the item statistics screen again, I'll click the barcode link. We see that the soft issued count and soft issued count year to date have each increased by 1. Next, we'll look at inventory check-in. I need to make sure that my check-in mode is set to inventory. Now I can scan or enter the item barcode. To see the item statistics screen again, I'll click the barcode. We see that the inventory count increased by 1, and the last inventory date and time have been updated. Let's review the item statistics for this item that we just checked in as a non-loan return and inventory. Item statistics provides information on the current status of the item, for example, whether it's checked out or available. This item is currently available. For a full list of item statuses, see oc.lc/item-statuses. Last seen displays the date and time and branch where the item was last checked out, checked in using any mode, auto, non-loan return, or inventory, or renewed at a specific branch by a staff member. Staff members can also manually update the last seen data. Issued count is the number of times the item was checked out to a patron or renewed. Next, the data for in-house use, soft issued count, and inventory check-ins displays, as explained previously. The system also tracks the last issue date and the patron to whom the item was issued. Note that this information is retained even if your library has configured circulation so that transaction history is not stored. The previous patron is always retained and accessible from item statistics. This may be useful, for example, if damage to an item is discovered after an item has been checked in and reshelved. Let's look at the item statistics for a different item, since additional information is available for an item currently on loan. This includes the patron who currently has the item checked out. Note that the patron listed under Last Issued To is the previous patron, not the patron who currently has the item checked out, which is listed under Status at the top of the screen. Also listed are the date issued and date due, as well as the date last renewed and number of times renewed, if applicable. The system calculates the estimated overdue fine, if any, based on your library's policies if an overdue item were returned today. Circulation rule is a loan policy the system applied at the time of checkout for this item. This can be useful for troubleshooting configurations. Under Reminders Sent, click Details for a list of notifications sent to the patron and the date and time sent. There are also summary statistics reports available from the Analytics tab. Statistical data for non-loan returns or soft check-ins can be found in these standard reports: Circulation Dashboard, Circulation Events Detail Report, High Use Circulation Title Summary Report, Hourly Average Circulation Activity Daily Chart, Hourly Average Circulation Activity Summary Report, and Monthly Circulation Statistics Report. If your library has WorldShare Report Designer, you can create a custom report to get statistical data for inventory check-in and in-house use. If you need additional help, please visit help.oclc.org for documentation, training, and contact information for OCLC support in your region.